Assalamualaikum. Hi, welcome to my class. So let us learn about photosynthesis. I repeat again, photosynthesis. Plants, humans, and animals need food to survive and grow. Of course, because we are all the living things. Humans and animals can move. Okay, humans and animals can move to find food, but how about plants? Plants are not able to move. How do plants make their own food? So how? Let us follow the conversation between the tree and bird. Okay, we want to find out how does the plant make their own food. How does they make their own food? Okay, now let us see here. Mrs. Bird, do you know that I make my own food? See, the tree said that it can make its own food. Make my own food. Okay, so how about the bird? The bird getting shocked, right? So how do you make your own food? How do you make your own food? Next, what is the tree's answer? I make my own food through photosynthesis. So this is the way. Then we need to know what is photosynthesis then. So what does photosynthesis mean? Okay, do you know what is the meaning of photosynthesis? Okay, now let us see here. The needs of photosynthesis. Now, I would like to write the definition of photosynthesis. I will write it here. What is photosynthesis? Okay, so the definition is the process of green plants making their own food. Okay, the process of green plants making their own food. So this is the definition of photosynthesis. Next, how about this part? The need of photosynthesis. So what does the plant need to carry on the process of photosynthesis? Okay, how many needs are there? Plant needs sunlight, chlorophyll. Okay, I want you to say it correctly. Chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, and water. So how many needs here? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, and water for photosynthesis. Next, now let us see one by one. So we have the green plants here. Okay, have the roots, the stem, the leaves, and the shoots. Now let us start from here. Sunlight. So sunlight, of course, sunlight is the basic need of plant. So sunlight is the main source of the energy that plant need to carry on the process of photosynthesis. So it will be observed by the chlorophyll of the leaf on top of the leaf, then to make the food. So next, carbon dioxide gas. Yes, of course, carbon dioxide is gas form. Gas in the air which enters the leaf. If the sunlight enters from the top of the leaf, or we can say enter from the surface of the leaf, but the carbon dioxide enter from the bottom of the leaf. And then now let us see what is this. Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, green colored substance in plants. So this is what I'm talking about. Chlorophyll, it can be found on the surface of the leaves, and it is used to absorb the sunlight. Next, what do we have here? Water. So water, which part will absorb water? Absorb through the roots, of course. So the roots will absorb water and also minerals. And then what do plants need for photosynthesis? So it has been given here, right? The 4 elements. So, or you can say the 4 needs. There are sunlight, carbon dioxide, chlorophyll, and also water. So let us have a look at the science info here. Non-green plants, see, can also carry out photosynthesis if they have chlorophyll. All right. So not all of the non-green plants have chlorophyll. Certain plants, certain non-green plants have the chlorophyll. Then they can carry on photosynthesis. Okay. I want to show you something. Now let us see here. We can see the clearer view of how the process of photosynthesis carry on. So let us start from number 1. The plant draws up water and minerals from the ground through roots. Okay, so through the roots will absorb the water and also the minerals from the ground, and then carry up to the stem. And then number 2, the leaves take in carbon dioxide from the air and release oxygen. So it will enter the leaves and then it will release oxygen. Plant use carbon dioxide, but plant will release oxygen. So what do you think need oxygen? You know it, right? Yes, of course. Humans and animals need oxygen, but humans and oxygen do not need carbon dioxide. So we give the carbon dioxide to plants, and plant will give us oxygen, right? So we need each other in order to live. Next, number 3. Sunlight gives chloroplast energy to make sugar, or we can say it food. So chloroplast is the chlorophyll. And then, yes, as I said just now, the chlorophyll absorb the sunlight. And then to make food. Or I have something here also. One more diagram that can clearly show the process of photosynthesis. So let us see here. All right, we start from water. Water is absorbed through the roots and carried through the stem to the rest of the plant. A plant's root replace water loss during transpiration. Okay, so it means that this is the function of the plant's root. So it will absorb the water and also minerals. Okay. Excess sugar, this one after this we will look through. Now after water will be carried out to the stem, and the rest of the plants. Okay, the rest of the plants, including the leaves. All right, next, what is this? Water, CO2. Do you know what is CO2? CO2 is carbon dioxide. And sunlight combine water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight combine in the leaf to make sugar. So we need those three needs, right? Those three needs, there are sunlight, carbon dioxide, and also water. They will combine in the leaf to make sugar or glucose. So that is the product of photosynthesis. All right, next, as we can see here, the blue arrow represent carbon dioxide. So what is this? So carbon dioxide enters through the stomata and opening in the leaves, epidermis, and cuticle. So stomata is the place that located at the bottom of the leaf. So the carbon dioxide will enter there, while the light will enter at the surface or at the top of the leaf. All right, chlorophyll absorbs green wavelength from the sun, making plants look green. So that is the function of chlorophyll. They will make the plants look green because of the wavelength from the sun. So it will absorb the light from the sun. Next, what is this? See, oxygen. The arrow is out, right? So the plant will release oxygen that human and animal will use it to live. So what is this? Oxygen and water vapor exit the leaf through the stomata. Water loss from the leaves is called transpiration. Okay, this one is talking about the transpiration that you will learn further when you go to the secondary level. So excess sugar is stored as starch, or we can say in the food form, in the roots. So where goes the food of the plant? It will go to the root. Okay, it as a starch form. They store in the root. Okay, now let us get back to our textbook. Products of photosynthesis. So let us look at the products of the photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, chlorophyll absorbs sunlight. Okay, let us highlight it. Chlorophyll absorbs sunlight and convert water and carbon dioxide into glucose and oxygen. So the glucose produced is then combined to form starch, which is stored in parts of plants such as leaves, stems, roots, seeds, flowers, and fruits. Okay, how many parts here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we can find the starch or the sugar, or we can say the glucose. The glucose produced. Glucose is the food. Okay, I'll repeat again. Glucose is the food for plant. Okay, where does the glucose come from? It comes from the process of photosynthesis. So the glucose produced is then combined to form starch. Okay, starch. So can be found in leaves, stem, roots, seeds, flowers, and also fruits. All right. So let us see here. Glucose stored in form of starch. Okay, glucose. So this is the food of the plant. Substance produced as food. in the form of starch. So what is this? Oxygen. So oxygen is a gas that released into the air through the leaves. So of course humans and animals need oxygen. Then so how about this one? This is the photosynthesis formula that we can see clearly like this. So carbon dioxide and water needed by the plant, okay, needed by the plant, carbon dioxide and water needed by the plant with the help of sunlight that absorb through the chlorophyll and then will form or will be turned into glucose plus oxygen. Okay, I repeat again. So the carbon dioxide and also water needed by plants with the help of sunlight that absorb through the chlorophyll and then will turn into, this is, or we can say this is the product of photosynthesis, will turn into the glucose in the form of starch and oxygen. So the oxygen will be released by the leaves of the plant and will be used by humans and animals. So you need to remember this simple formula about photosynthesis. So based on the information above, what are the products? What are the products of photosynthesis? What are the products? These are the products, okay? Glucose and oxygen, okay? Can we write it here? So what are the products? And let's write it here. Glucose and oxygen, okay? Glucose and oxygen. So how about this part? We have some notes here. Glucose is a simple sugar produced from photosynthesis. Glucose is a basic component that forms starch, which is in the food class known as carbohydrate. So glucose is a carbohydrate. So you have learned about the food class, right? So still remember about carbohydrate. So glucose is one type of carbohydrate. Okay, so we have learned about the process of photosynthesis and the products. So I hope you clear with it. Now let us see the story of photosynthesis. We want to make the fun activity. So what do you need here? Flip chart paper, A4 paper, marker pens of different colors. So you can read through what you need to do here. You need to represent, okay, the meaning, the need, the products, and the important, okay, in your groups. So if you can do this one, you can write it nicely, sketch it, whatever your creativity or your idea, you can do it in your exercise book or your Amali book, okay? Next, let us see. How about the importance? The importance of photosynthesis to living things. Of course, it is very important. How important it is? Let us see. Plants constantly carry out photosynthesis to enable them to produce their own food. The products of photosynthesis also provide benefit, the benefits to other animals and the surrounding environment. Observe the situation. Still remember, one of the places that the starch or the glucose store is in the fruits. Okay, so this is one of the photosynthesis products. So let us see here, situation 1. The plants here grow well. Thankfully, we can get enough food from them. See? So one of the important of photosynthesis is supply food. Supply food for animals and also, of course, for humans. Next, what can we see here? See? How about the goat? Goat, they eat the grass. Chicken too. Chicken, what do you think? Chicken eat what? Like paddy, right? Next situation 2. Human. We can supply oxygen. See, supply oxygen for humans and animals to breathe. Oxygen from the tree, and then we release carbon dioxide. So we need each other in order to survive, right? And then the same thing goes to animals, oxygen and carbon dioxide. So we need each other. Then what about this? We also absorb carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. This helps to maintain the balance of gas composition in the air. So this is very important. We don't want too much carbon dioxide in the air. Okay, so that's why we need plants. We need plants in the surrounding in order to help us to maintain the composition of carbon dioxide in the air. We want it to be balanced. So what will happen if we have too much carbon dioxide? Okay, one of them is the temperature is getting hotter. Okay, that is the effect from the greenhouse. So now let us see here. So why is photosynthesis important to living thing? We have discussed it here already. So we have some notes here, right? Photosynthesis is important to living thing because it enables plants to provide food, to produce oxygen for breathing. So we have 2 points here. Produce oxygen for breathing, enable plants to provide food, produce oxygen, and also number 3 is to maintain the balance of gas composition in the air. So these are the 3 important things about photosynthesis. Okay, I'll repeat it again. Number 1 is to enable plants to provide food for the plant themselves, for humans, and also for animals. And then number 2 is to produce oxygen. Of course, for humans and animals to breathe. And also to maintain the balance of gas composition in the air. Okay, like I said just now, we don't want too much carbon dioxide in the air that released by humans and animals. That's why we need plants around us. So how about this one? This one is about photosynthesis game. Okay, you can read through, and if you have partners in your home, you can play it together. And then we have emoticon garden, also in fun science. So what are the steps? See, you need to plant, right? You need to plant vegetable seeds, water sprayer, and then you need to make something like this. Very nice, very interesting. So if you have plant, or if you have pots, you have those things needed at home right now, so you can do it, okay, and represent your work to your teacher and also to me as your science teacher, okay, my kids. So see, very nice. It depends on you what type of plant you want to plant. So how about this mind reflection? So we have come to the end of our lesson. Plants respond to stimuli such as water, gravity, sunlight, and touch. All right. Parts of plant that respond to stimuli are as below. So the root respond to water. Roots respond to water. Roots also respond to gravity. Shoots respond to light. Leaves of some plants respond to touch. Not all of the plant, just some plants. And then photosynthesis is a process where plants produce their own food. Okay, so this is the definition of photosynthesis. Process where plants produce their own food. And then the needs and products of photosynthesis is shown below. So we can look here. The needs are, still remember what are those four needs: sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, and also water. And then the products are oxygen and glucose stored in the form of starch. Okay. So the importance of photosynthesis are to supply food, to supply oxygen, and then to maintain balance of gas composition of air. And then responses in plants, responses. Still remember the responses just now we are talking about this one, this part. So the roots, the shoots, the leaves respond to stimuli. Help them to obtain their needs for photosynthesis. Yes, of course. For example, the roots, of course, when it responds to water, of course, it will absorb water then. And then how about the leaves? When it responds to sunlight, then it will absorb sunlight or light. So I think we have come to the end of our lesson for plants. So I hope you understand about this lesson. Okay, and if you have time, if you have those material, you can try these fun activities. Okay, so that's all from me. Okay, take care. Bye bye.